260.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. Technical Foul, another week. We're down in person, but we're gonna give y'all our usual high energy show. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna be here, man. Start the show.
Welcome to episode 260 of Technical Foul Podcast, the best damn sports podcast, period.
And the one that you never knew you needed. It's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. I was gonna rattle the neighbors, but I'll do it on the way out.
Yo, I'm the RJ.
Only known as
The RJ. Now joining us this week is Camille, point guard crew, real life Tifa Lockhart, girl next door.
holding it down.
For all the women that love sports.
There you go.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman,
The gentleman.
the everyday gentleman.
24/7.
We're better known as K Diddy.
Take that.
All right. Sports fact of the week. August 14th, 1959. Magic Johnson was born. So happy birthday.
Hey,
Bow, bow,
Magic.
bow.
Big Irv,
Happy birthday.
EJ. Can't look at that man the same after winning time.
Yes, sir.
His
He enjoyed his lunch.
I was gonna say his
Ooh.
escapades in the crack house. Like,
Dog. My man was in a prom suit.
munching.
Munching. Going.
And he enjoyed lunch.
Bon
That's
appetit.
all.
He came with his own fork and knife that day.
He flapped
He
his
said,
beard, like,
That's the sheet.
gotta tuck it in.
That's wild. That is wild. Anywho,
Oh, man.
happy birthday.
Still to go point guard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
No, yeah.
Every time I see,
I mean, I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
every time I see highlights of the past, and I know this they
Magic
came
was
later, but
cold.
I just think I always hear Globetrotter music in the background, bro.
Globetrotter
Like he was willing and dealing, but I just hear
It
the
was cold.
Globetrotter whistle in the background.
This man started at center, bro. Bro, put up numbers, bro.
All right, better
Rookie
question. Go Laker.
Ooh.
That's hard, bro.
No, don't do that now.
That's
Why you ducking?
That's different.
You know you done thought about it.
That's different.
How many times you done thought about this?
I've thought about it. I mean, if it came down to it, it'd have to be Kareem.
Really?
I would say, if it came down to it.
Hmm.
Like if I had no other choice.
But you have a choice.
I don't know. It's hard, bro. You got Magic, you got Kobe, you got Shaq, you got Kareem, you got Will. It's too many, bro. Wes, it's too many, bro.
Baylor.
Like, come on now.
Well, actually, like that's actually topical because like somebody posted that thing like who would you remove, and Shaq said he would have to take himself out. It was like
Mhm.
him, Kareem, Kobe, LeBron. Because people
Fuck
responding
them,
there
now
like
you
you got to take
gotta
LeBron.
add
Now
LeBron to
LeBron ain't a legend of the Lakers yet. Like he a legend of the league, but
I mean, but he
not
won a
like
chip.
legend. A chip. Like how many did the rest of the people in
Oh,
that
yeah.
picture
I
win?
get
Like
that. I get it. That's
like it's
wild,
not like
bro.
they gonna retire number 6 for LeBron in LA. Like at least not right now.
Well, yeah. And give us one more.
I mean, obviously it's getting retired regardless,
Regardless,
but
yeah.
That's why usually like somebody give you one, they usually get their jersey up there. But
Who else?
give me a minute. I can't
Oh.
tell you an answer right now. I have to come back around with
But
that.
it's different with the Lakers. Like if it's like Dirk Nowitzki gets you one, like yeah,
Yeah, then
because he
that's
was there
different.
for 20 years.
Yeah.
But like
Mhm.
LeBron's been there for 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like
They
any
missed the
other team.
playoffs twice, got eliminated in the first round the other time, and then they won the title. So it's like
Oh, yeah,
it's not like I'm not even throwing shade.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying
that's
like
right.
he hasn't really like he accomplished the highest, but like as far as longevity is concerned, like he hasn't really done it.
Will Kawhi get his jersey hung in Toronto?
Hell no.
You don't think so?
They gonna give him a pat on the back and say thank you. Like, I'll be surprised if they
That's
haven't
their only one,
reissued
right?
it. Yeah.
I mean, if that's the only one they got, and they know they hired a mercenary, They might.
Hey, they got what they paid for though.
They did, because that motherfucker from the bounce,
Yeah.
bro, the rest of the playoffs, that damn bounce that he had in Philly carried the rest of the playoffs.
Hey.
Every shot he took just had that shooter's damn touch on it. It was
already,
wild.
They've already reissued number 2 for in Toronto, so they're not retiring that.
Not yet. I mean, he's still in the league. They ain't gonna think about that while he.
But I mean, like, even if somebody leaves, like they're not, like nobody else is getting number 0 in Oklahoma City.
Already?
Russ is still in the league.
Already. I mean, you know, they did that early.
I'm just saying, like, they're not gonna do that because they know, like, Russ, when he's done playing, like, he's gonna retire as
a
Thunder player.
Yeah,
because that's where he's most beloved at. KD, on the other hand, like,
what can he go? Where's his home?
He has no home.
He keep burning bridges.
Exactly.
I don't know.
KD has no home.
Boy,
his high school in the DMV,
college.
Yeah,
damn,
that's his home.
Damn, like,
although he was only there for a year.
Well,
yeah,
he was one and done.
shit.
That's wild.
You need that nigga. Barbershop needs to be this nigga. Off.
No, relax, sir.
Hey, my fuck nigga.
Wait, he was
All that
starting
money
to show you.
nigga got, bro.
But
Skin of a brush.
do we do the TGN stuff first or the game? TGN. Let's do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't forget to watch our second show, Overtime. It's exclusive in audio form to the Good News Radio app. You can also catch it on YouTube Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 Pacific. Make sure you support us and the Good News, bring you all this hot fire content.
Fire. Bring you the good news. Fire.
There you go. Wait, y'all don't do the jingle anymore?
Fire. Oh, the good news.
Oh, okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Like, you have to count it out now and shit.
Goddamn.
A 1 and a 2.
Oh, y'all really not gonna do
No,
it?
we done fucked it up already.
Exactly.
The game that needs a name. We got a couple of options in here, but before we get to those, anybody do their homework this week?
School start tomorrow.
School
On Thursday.
Starting all
School
damn,
start on Thursday.
all damn month. It seemed like.
So no,
Like, there's so many people I went to high school with that got kids starting high school this year. You know what I'm saying?
Starting high school, damn.
Yeah.
I said start K5. I thought I was doing something. He's on high school.
I mean, obviously, I was the ones that started early, but I'm just saying, like, it's crazy that my contemporaries.
Oh yeah.
I said that the other day. I'm like, dude, it's kids that weren't even born when I graduated high school that are in high school now.
Yeah. That's nuts.
That's some wild shit.
It's only gonna keep getting worse. All right, so some options that we have are actors that have appeared in Marvel films, NBA players born outside the U.S., NFL coaches current, which actually we'll save that. I'm gonna give y'all a heads up this time. It won't be a pop quiz when we do our NFL preview. We're gonna do who we coach for. So
Okay.
make sure you start studying. I know you won't, so tune in for that. Cities with at least 3 major pro sports teams. That means across the NBA, NFL, NHL, and Major League Baseball. And Heisman Trophy winners. Oh, and also Celtics players.
Why the fuck we got Celtics? Anyways, major sports team cities.
So cities that have at least 3 major pro sports teams. And there ain't no cheating like, oh, Green Bay counts as Milwaukee. No, that city has to have at least 3 teams. They call that place home.
Oh shit, I only got 2. Okay, yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
I mean, we can say it's 2, like if you want to make it easier.
Nah, 3 should be fine.
All right,
we could go to a different round, different day.
All right. Yeah, I'm cool.
You picked it, so you start us off. So we go Tim, Ken, myself. If you're new here, the game that needs a name gives us each 5 seconds to name off something that applies to the topic. This week it is cities with at least 3 major pro sports teams. If you don't get it within 5 seconds, or you get an answer, if you give an answer that is incorrect, you are eliminated, and we'll keep going until everybody is until we have a winner.
All right, let's do this.
Los Angeles,
Boston,
New York,
Atlanta,
Miami,
Chicago,
Minneapolis.
Oh shit. Dallas.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Fuck.
I think I do.
Yeah. No, they do.
I mean, you took a while.
It took a
but-
minute.
Yeah,
We're
no,
gonna give him that one. We're gonna give him that
We'll
one.
give it to Denver.
Goddamn. Oh, I'm on now.
Houston.
Because I can't think of those. I'm gone. I have
Seattle.
Damn you!
See?
I'm out.
Hey.
All
God
right,
damn
I'm
it.
the winner.
Damn, I should have said Detroit.
Yeah.
It's so. Never mind. We ain't gonna do that.
In the D.
But yeah, we can get to the sports then. All right, so Camille's not here this week, so we're gonna. That sounded bad. I was about to say like a holiday. It is not a holiday.
It's not a holiday.
Get well soon, Camille. But we will
Absolutely.
treat it like a holiday episode where we'll each take turns picking topics to discuss. We will go in tech order, although this week is TEK.
Mhm.
So Tim, kick us off.
Let's get into. You know what? It's been a while, and I've been anticipating this. So let's get into some football right away. I'm just saying. I know we got some teams, we got some training camps, we got some preseason practices, we got all kind of stuff going on. We got backups. People are overhyping and not hyping up enough. Things of that nature. So this will kick it off. Got a little bit on Green Bay, on GB, you know, the G-Mid thing, things like that. Biggest thing for me that I wanted to look at in training camp is how our receivers would start. Well, three things. How our defense turn out? How will the rookie receivers be looking? And well, just those two. Yeah, those two. I had a third one, but it's gone. Anyway, so of the two, the defense has been, from what I've heard and the little flashes I've seen from the backups, has been phenomenal. Like, this defense may be, I can't wait to see our first string defense play live football, bro. Like, I am excited for the way that this defense is supposed to be stacked up at every single level. Like, we're supposed to be able to run through cats, and that's just not from playing internal games. And no, I'm not taking into consideration the preseason game with the third and fourth stringers, but I'm talking about also today was a joint practice with the Saints. And word on the street from some of the local reporters there was that our defense was running up and through the Saints offense. They was giving them hella issues. They was constantly collapsing the pocket. They said they was blanketing wide receivers across the board. They said Rasul Douglas was talking big shit. I mean, like, and they put it in there, big shit.
And I quote.
Right, like, I mean, if that's what we doing, our top three corners, in essence, they're teaching our young wide receivers, like, this is what you're not going to face those type of three corners every single week. So, iron sharpens iron, you know, we'll go with that. But
yeah, I saw like a report, not a report, but like I saw somebody from training camp practice, like, was it Dubs?
Mhm.
Romeo
Dobbs, yep.
Dubs, whatever that is. I'll learn him. Like, he was getting off, and then Jair Alexander was like, I took that personally. So like he went, like, basically shut him down. It's like, and like, to your point, it's like, yeah, you're going against an all pro that has an axe to grind. Like, this is really getting you ready for the regular season.
Right.
So, like, the toughest defense that you face all year is gonna be in practice. Like, that can only make it better.
And that's what I'm hoping translates, because we gonna need them young wide receivers, at least one of them, to kind of flourish this year. And that young still is Amari Rodgers as well.
I think I just found, like, it popped up the tweet. I think you were referencing it. It's from Matt Schneidman.
Mhm.
Says Packers defense just put on an absolute clinic against the Saints offense. Pocket collapsing repeatedly, tight coverage all over. Rasul Douglas is talking an incredible amount of shit. Just a preposterous amount.
Preposterous.
Sean Davis caps the period with a pick six of quarterback in book. So
Preposterous.
They said on
a
the very first
preposterous
play.
amount of shit. That's a title.
That is. But
we'll see if Camille let it fly.
I was kind of seeing some of the other, like, kind of reports that was coming out, and they were saying, like, very first play, they said Dobbs had who's over there? Lattimore. Shook him, took off on him. They was like, had him out the gate. I was like, oh, okay. But then Rogers had a report coming out like, hey, they dropping passes and shit. I need them to step up, figuring out they running the wrong routes. I just need these young cats to step up. Like, if you're going to be dropping passes, and I guess he threw one to Dobbs.
Okay.
And he said that he felt like it was the best throw he had all day.
Mm-hmm.
And he dropped it. Mm. So he like, hey, y'all ain't gonna be out here dropping shit and playing. Like, if the ones that's not dropping, the one he like, you gonna be in the right spot, but then the guy behind you is in the right spot. Mm-hmm. He gonna play, not you. Yeah. Which fair enough. Like whether that's a vet, whether that's a young guy, it should be that way. Like I've been on teams where there's been favoritism for coaches, but then I feel like in Green Bay there is a aura of we need whoever the best player is on that field now. Like we're not training nobody, we're not in the rebuilding mode, we're not in the midway where we kind of like, we can kind of float here a little bit. On our defense, we need the best guys, but on offense, we kind of start figuring it out. No, we're not there. We're on both sides of the ball, outside of wide receiver. We good.
Yeah, they're starting to get players back too. Like they're key players that activated from the up list. So with Jenkins, Tyen,
and Watson. So Watson immediately started getting reps from Rodgers, and he was just talking about how smart he is and things like that. But he started getting reps right away. Having Tyen back, and Jenkins came back early, but having them three. So now we got our top tight end. Now we got our top draft pick on the offensive side of the ball, and then now we have our top offensive lineman not named Bakhtiari. And Jenkins played everywhere, so he was like our most versatile too. So having him back kind of solidifies wherever you put him, solidifies that side of the line with the help of the guys that's coming back from last year and things of that nature. So we're working our way back in. Like if we could get Bakhtiari back before the season, boy, that's gonna be we'll be straight. And we'll be a deep ass squad. And I'm liking everything I'm hearing out of Green Bay, regardless of how y'all feel about Jordan Love after his first preseason. I didn't think he did bad. With Jordan Love, it's different. People have different opinions. Like on one hand, people are, oh, he's a bust, he sucked, he had 3 interceptions. On the other hand, there's people kind of like me, where I'm like, all right, 2 of the 3 interceptions wasn't his fault. And based off of what Matt LaFleur was saying, the 3rd interception really wasn't his fault either, because 2 receivers ran the wrong route, including the one he threw it to. But the first interception was hit off of my man's chest, pop 5 right in the air. 3 defenders around him, they caught it, picked it off. Cool. Second interception was right in Dobbs' hands. Corner took it out his hands on the way down. Not his fault. So now you're saying he got 3 picks, and you look at the stat line, you're like, oh damn, he had 200 yards and a touchdown and 3 picks. Like look like shit. Yeah. When in actuality, that's not the case. So just looking at the stat sheet doesn't say Jordan Love sucked. Like he actually didn't look bad. He had some overthrows. Don't get me wrong. It was some placement issues.
First game, first preseason game.
Was it like I think it's this 3rd?
Had some jitters.
3rd or 4th. But I give you that. That's kind of what I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt is the fact that he didn't have a rookie year at all. Then his 2nd year in the league was really his rookie year, so he was trying to figure everything out more of an accelerated pace because it was still coming out of the COVID protocols, things like that. And so now you have his 3rd year here, where he's finally had a full preseason and everything.
That's wishful thinking, Mr. Sparks. He talk about wide receiver will be at the downfall.
Well, they said there's no issue with Cobb, Lazard, or Watkins, so the vets are fine. It's just that additional person we need to start stepping up.
And that's
I was gonna say that's a given. Like it should be that way. Like the vets at least. And like this is an analogy I always make for basketball. It's like people are like, oh, why does Bud play, insert random vet X? And it's like, because they keep shit moving. Like if you have somebody that causes, like somebody young come in and causes a catastrophic failure, like
I didn't fucked up everything.
Right. But like a player being in the right place and knowing what to do and like being able to contribute in ways that don't necessarily pop off the screen to you as a fan, like that shit is important to coaches, because it's like, okay, I know I can at least put them out there. Like your point about Rodgers, like if the person behind you knows where they need to be, they're gonna play, because like I need to be able to rely on it. Like it's all about trust. So as these young kids come along, like they're gonna earn the trust by learning like where they need to be, what they need to do if shit breaks down. And, like, hey, secure the ball as you're going to the ground and don't let somebody come out and rip it. Like those types of things will happen like as they gain experience.
Right. Which is
like
fair.
the talent is there, and they have these vets that can kind of be a stopgap until they're up to speed.
Which is why I'm not really tripping about our wide receivers. Like, as long as we have Lazard is still considered young for one, and he's a young vet on this squad that Rodgers has no choice but to trust now, and he's showing. They said he's been showing up and showing out too. I don't have an issue with our wide receiver room. I just want to see the progress from the rookies. There's more pressure on the rookies more than anything to be that next guy up because we don't know what Lazard's future going to look like. Cobb is getting older and Watkins is here for a year. So we need somebody. We need them to kind of accelerate their learning quickly. But there's no knock on none of them. It's just there's a higher bar and it's not their fault. But you just got to reach it.
All right, well,
Don't be hating, Dwayne, bro. Don't be here to hate, bro.
Is that who they played in week 1?
I play Vikes.
Who y'all play week 1? Who the Vikings?
Who the Packers play week 1? I thought you. Okay.
Nope.
You got anything on your team? Like while we're talking about preseason football?
Yeah, the only thing that I got out of this preseason, the
Chicago
first
Bulls.
preseason,
Chicago Bears.
Bears.
Was Trevor, our backup quarterback, Trevor Simeon, actually looked really nice.
You can't even get the words out.
We talking about Trevor Simeon.
Hey,
I
he
hear
looked
you.
good. He looked good as a backup. Fields,
I mean, I was gonna say, what does that say about Fields? If that's what
no,
you
because
go to first?
Fields was super limited. Like they only let him throw like 6-7 times, and out of the 6, I think he was like 4 for 7, something like that.
Okay.
He had a run. He was doing what he does.
He should be lighting up the third stringers.
They wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him do nothing. He's limited. They said he's gonna be limited for the remainder of the preseason. So,
like
we're not gonna see
limited
much.
in like
Play
playing
call?
time, or limited in
Yeah.
like they're not gonna let him run plays and shit.
I have no. They just said that he's going to be
That's
limited.
that bear shit.
He's gonna be limited.
Start throwing words out there.
Hey.
Like, I ain't gonna believe it.
They say he's gonna be limited for the remainder of the play.
He limited. Okay, cool.
Packers Vikings.
Packers Vikings.
Oh, boy. Kirk Cousins is gonna be running for his life.
And Packers Bears week 2.
Hey, let's go.
Packers Bucks week 3.
Damn, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, man, Patriots week 4. They out the gate.
Yeah, boy.
That's gonna be a good one.
I think we got a dub on 3 of the 4, maybe 4. Oh.
And then they get a cakewalk. They got the Giants in 5.
And then Saquon is
Goddamn.
looking nice. He finally. I got like there are certain players that I be having like hoop dreams for.
He's
Like,
one.
I just hope that you just have a great career. Like it's not saying that I don't wish that on all players, but
Mhm.
there are certain players you're like, bro, always been nice. Like I hope Reggie Bush was one of them.
Oh, I love Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush is one of my all-time favorites.
Reggie Bush in college was unreal, bro. Cheat code.
Legit.
How you running full speed and stop on the dime and run
And
the
they
opposite
run the
damn
opposite
direction
way, bro. Like
and pick up
ridiculous.
where you left off with the speed? It's like you never stop running
Ridiculous.
the
Bro.
opposite damn direction.
Ridiculous.
And that bringing it back to my point. What play was I talking about?
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon, I hope that he has a fruitful career and get back because I mean he had a knee injury and everything like that, so he's been kind of trying to come back. And
Yeah.
I would hate for him. Same thing for Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey. Like I like players of that ilk. Like
Be
they,
that down. Yeah.
yeah, and I want them to
It's
kind of
good.
like just see them continue that dominance. Like you've seen cats like Adrian Peterson and shit like that.
But that's the thing that's the thing that sucks about football is like you can't have all the talent in the world and then one injury and that
Yeah.
derails all of it.
Everything. Adrian Peterson is like the only one
I was gonna
that
say he's like the
that came back from a
outlier.
ACL injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
And was better.
He was the one that everybody was like, "That's a fucking miracle." He came back early and then ran for damn near 2,000 yards.
yards, bro.
real life has not seen the healing.
Like real talk.
Like unreal. But I mean, I would love to continue to see some players like
pick up.
just kind of continue that run. Be like, ain't no way you that cold and can't do that in the pros, bro. Like, no, that's gotta translate.
Well, I mean, like
That's
he
got
did do it in
Yeah,
pros
he
until
did.
got hurt.
Yeah.
to.
He
Saquon
was.
was nice. Saquon
Beast.
was nice. Thomas, I feel like Michael Thomas is gonna play. I think he's back at practice. Michael Thomas is back at practice. So now they have Michael Thomas. They have Olav, the rookie. They have Shoot, there was another wide receiver that they had. That was okay. They're not bad. The Saints have a pretty decent wide receiver core. Think so. And then Jameis is back. So like, don't get me wrong. I don't think the Saints' offense is gonna be bad. But if I'm hearing what I'm hearing out of Green Bay, boy, it don't matter over here.
We're gonna move on from football before Tim get even more excited.
I apologize. I don't. Sorry, not sorry.
Where we want to go? Okay. The NBA will retire the number 6 league-wide, honoring the late legendary player and activist Bill Russell. Russell is the first player in NBA history to have his jersey retired across the league. All NBA players will also wear a patch on their right shoulder during the 2022-23 season, and every arena's court will display a clover-shaped logo with the number 6. Players already wearing number 6, including LeBron James, will continue to be allowed to wear the jersey number, but no new number 6s will be issued.
Okay.
This is similar to something that MLB did for Jackie Robinson.
Hockey did it too for Gretzky. Yeah. The only thing, like, I saw how it's going to look on the Lakers floor, and it just like I saw it and I'm looking at it, I was like, this feels like so wrong, but like
it's blasphemy.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, I understand. But it's like it feels so wrong. Like, why is it there? What the fuck is this? But I understand though. It's dope.
Yeah.
No, well deserves it. Of course.
You know what? I understand why it would be a Celtic green, but if we're gonna retire it league wide, couldn't we just put it in all the teams' colors league wide too? To kind of symbolize like across the league, this is it. So every team will honor him, and you
could. I'd rather see it in purple.
I'm sure. Like, plus fans would probably be like yourself, would be more welcoming to seeing it on the floor instead of getting PTSD and having a traumatic experience.
See, like those things, like I'm more on board with this. It's like we do that for everybody else. Like, not everybody else, but like we do that. Like that's an established precedent, and like putting it on the floor is like a step past, like just a little jersey patch, which they typically do. I feel like we already retired too many numbers, like especially the Celtics. Like everybody on the Celtics is like number 67 and number 59 and shit, because like they don't have
all the good numbers.
All the good numbers are taken basically, and it's like the NBA is still a relatively young league, so like there aren't that, like if you look at football, like football rarely retires numbers. Part of that is because like their rosters are so big that they can't just like take numbers out of circulation. But like I think we need to like it feels like an aggressive step. And like I know that shout out to Ty Stony World, like he's on this crusade where he's like, like you have other great players that have worn number 6, and like this kind of like
takes away from their legacy.
Not necessarily takes, like Dr. J was number 6, and it's like LeBron was number 6. Like there are great players that have worn number 6, and it's like there's so many people that have come behind those players that are like, I wear number 6 because of Bill Russell, or I wear number 23 because of Michael Jordan. So like as time goes on, like you lose the stories of those great players. It's just like if you look at the people that are retired for the Celtics, it's like number 24 is like Tommy Heinsohn or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know, like I know him as a announcer, but like I don't know shit about Tom Heinsohn. Like, and like if there were like it just kind of removes them from the conversation. Except like you look up at the Raptors, like, oh, there's that dude. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't like continue to like celebrate them.
On that note, speaking of lore, like I can understand that because you can kind of continue to build the legend depending on who wears the number. Because if there's multiple players wearing 23, we still not thinking about everybody but Jordan. Like, and then if somebody finally puts on 23 that you feel like is beyond that, you're like, man, ain't nobody wore 23 like Jordan except for old boy.
But no, I'm saying like that's the point. Or like in European soccer, like number 10 is like every player wants to wear number 10 because of like what that signifies on like on the team. Like only it's reserved for like the best. I don't know, like I know it's reserved for like the best player or the best forward or whatever. Like all the great goal scorers basically throughout history have worn number 10 because of like what it signifies on that team. So like to your point about hockey, it's like if nobody else can wear number 99 except like it's reserved for the great. Or like I think number 1 at the University of Michigan, the football team, like they only give that to like players that stand out. Like they reserve it until it's like, yo, you've earned number 1.
Okay.
or like 88 in Dallas. Like
okay.
Michael Irvin only gives like certain permission to people, you know, like if you're gonna wear my number, like you gotta come correct. Right? You know what I mean? Like so Dez and I think CD Lamb is 88 now too.
Yeah.
So it's like these numbers can like mean more like keeping them in circulation because like keeps the name and
keeps
the
legend
legacy
alive.
of the legend going. Because like if you just remove it, it's just like
we'll talk about it later,
right? Or it's just like how come nobody wears number 6? Oh, because of Bill Russell. It's like okay, and then you know like that's the end of the conversation. Like maybe they go and look into it, but it doesn't.
Or wonder why everybody's
it's not in your
6.
face anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
for your soccer, number 10 is given to the star playmaker or midfield.
I knew there was some significance to the number 10 in soccer. So thank you for that.
For sure. Is it my turn? No, wait, it's Ken's turn.
Yeah. We'll keep it basketball. NBA Christmas Day game schedule. We have Bucks at the Celtics, 76ers at the Knicks, Suns at the Nuggets, Lakers at the Mavericks, and the Grizzlies at the Warriors. What games are you guys excited to see?
Right. What kind of question?
That's like asking you which game are you.
What game you ready to see, kid?
Oh, well, you know the Suns and the Nuggets might be no, of course, Lakers and Mavericks.
The healthy Nuggets versus the Suns.
Okay,
though.
a better question: eliminating, like taking your team out of consideration, like which other games? Like, what's the marquee game in your opinion?
Memphis and the Warriors.
That game is gonna be
lit. They gonna be yapping.
That game will be lit. I'm here for that one.
And like, shout out to Memphis. Like Memphis as a city, as a fan base. Like they don't get shine. Like it reminds me of like the Bucks finally getting their first, you know, Christmas Day game, and for it to be the Warriors and likely to be like the prime time slot.
Probably the last game of the night.
Well, no, like cause they always put that last like West Coast game, which nobody watches. Like, but like it'll be in that spot where it's like, you know, after president opening time, before you know, like
at the 2:00,
the time where like most people are gonna be watching. Although they're going up against NFL football this year, so we gonna see.
Didn't they go up against them last year too?
I think there's like a full. I don't know.
I think they both started encroaching on each other's holidays.
No, because the NBA still don't play on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Because the NFL did, and you said, and that's what you said. You like, because the NBA ain't playing on Thanksgiving like shit. I hear you.
Also, like to kind of fold it in, since you're here, the NBA also will not play games on November 8th, and that is election day. So like they're taking off the entire day. They want to encourage people to participate.
November election, no, the midterms,
midterm elections, November 8th. No games will be played by the NBA. So hopefully they and like the NBA is good about like voter drives and things of that nature, to where like hopefully they are able to open up, you know, arenas as polling places or places for celebrations, for, you know, just like getting people excited about vote. Like maybe hopefully there's more outreach attached to, you know, and not just like we're taking the day off, so hey, everybody vote. Because like
true,
if we're really being honest about it, like NBA games usually tip off after the polls are closed anyway, so it's not like there's a direct conflict there. But if you're taking off, it's kind of bringing it where it's like, oh, you know, hopefully that inspires more places or places of business to close on, you know, to allow their employees to vote, you know, or make it easier for their employees to vote. So like hopefully this is the first step, like the NBA leading the charge into like more civil engagement.
And some people got it in their benefits package for work. Like work allows a certain amount of time to go vote.
Yeah, but it isn't universal, and like, you know, there are certain entities that kind of want to discourage voting. So, you know, we need to highlight NBA in that regard. But yeah, Christmas Day games, Bucks and Celtics. Bucks run of home Christmas games stands at 2, because they will be traveling to Boston.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
That piece of shit.
Can we get some calls, bro?
Hey, I mean,
that's all I'm asking. Get some calls. Give us, blow the damn whistle for us. You can't get nothing in Boston, bro.
Hey, bro.
Nothing.
You talking to the Lakers fan? Like, he know.
Exactly. Just know that spirit is strong in Boston.
I'm just even thinking about just like. I'm thinking about the one even after they left the Bucks. Like Miami didn't came in there and they didn't get nothing. Golden State was in there getting muffed with elbow. They ain't getting nothing. Like, boy, they don't call shit in Boston. Not for.
But then Marcus Smart be taking dives and that motherfucker get everywhere.
Oh, bro, they
Go
bring a
ahead,
lump of coal.
like I love when he like with the referees even looking at him like, come on, dog. Like, like I think Clay did it to him in the finals when he like tried to flop and Clay just like looked down at him and then just
wide
hit
open
in his
three.
face. Yeah.
Wide open. Even when he did, I was like, damn, what? I don't want to see that shit on Christmas. Oh, because he could be running in front of Giannis like he playing Frogger. And Giannis probably just getting a little bit bigger.
So again, like just go back through the game. So obviously we discussed Bucks, Celtics, Lakers, Mavs. You got any feelings on that?
No, it's gonna be a good game. Y'all know how I feel about Luka. I enjoy watching Luka play, but of course, want the Lakers to win.
That is gonna be interesting.
Should be a good game
against the Mavs. Though.
Mm-hmm.
I would look forward to a Clippers Christmas game.
Clippers against who?
The Lakers. Oh, no. The healthy Clipper squad. Oh boy!
But that's the thing with the Clippers. You don't know if they're gonna be healthy by Christmas.
As of right now, they are healthy.
As of right
again,
now,
like
Christmas
as of right now, it's like
what,
5 months from now.
Boy, and that's still we still waiting on that.
Oh, no, my bad. Yeah, no,
we still waiting on that. See that trio over there? Well, not trio. I guess.
Who's the third? John Wall.
Hey,
Wall now.
Let's go.
But I mean, I would still take Jackson over Wall. But a lot of people feel like Wall is the pure point guard that they're looking for.
They get like that to me. They got it. Like, if you get down to Reggie Jackson's world, like, hey,
I want all the best for John Wall, but after the Clippers.
That's gonna be a fun spot to watch.
I think I've asked you this before. Like Clippers, Celtics. Like who do you hate?
Oh shit, Celtics,
Clippers, Warriors,
Clippers.
Okay. Is that the top three?
Yeah. Yeah, that's top
three. Oh, you don't fucking with the Warriors?
The Warriors grew me just because of Jordan Poole. But when it come down to it, I don't F with them. Because they always in the way, nigga.
I mean, the 1 year y'all were good, like that was the only year they sucked. So like I don't know if they're really in the way.
Well,
like,
yeah.
And they got Wiseman at the end of that one, didn't they? And Kuminga.
Yeah.
That was the year.
Year after?
Kuminga and Moody came in the same year.
That's wild shit. They got top 5 picks. Just to fill in the back of the roster. Oh god. Anyways, I am excited for most of these games though, because I mean, who don't like good basketball on a Sunday? Oh no, I don't know what day Christmas is. On Christmas. But if you don't, you got the NFL there, but they don't want me doing cross promotions like that. Maybe. But it should be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely tuning in.
So
looking forward to it.
Yeah, so the full NBA, it is.
It is on Sunday?
Yeah, it's on Sunday.
The full NBA schedule will be released tomorrow, being Wednesday. I think 2 p.m. Central. I know we have the tip-off games. I'm trying to find it. So I think Boston plays Philly in the first game, and then the Warriors open the season again. I don't have it. Sorry.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Do y'all remember who it was?
I don't.
No, but I'm not gonna hold you about NBA schedule. NBA and MLB.
You don't care.
I don't really give a shit about they drops. NFL, sure, because it's only like 17 games now. So like that it truly does matter, but the rest of the NBA, like,
Yeah, how you gonna leave us out to dry? They playing the damn Lakers.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, wait, first?
Yeah, the Warriors get their rings against the Lakers.
Yeah, LeBron. Oh, that's right, because everybody was saying LeBron them got to watch him get the ring instead of in there. A lot of people want to Memphis.
And we definitely discussed it in the
group.
I'm like, I know it's in there. I just didn't remember.
We'll go ahead and give him an L.
That's what Shannon said.
About it. I ain't worried about it.
How are you feeling about your team, bro? Like you all your teams are kind of in limbo.
Hey, bro.
Your center fielder in Boston don't know where the damn ball is at.
Bro.
Then you got the Lakers down here with the shit with Russ and Kyrie.
They had a conversation.
And then what's your so your MLB team's over there wilding. Your NBA team's wilding. We don't know what the fuck going on in Chicago. They just limited.
Yeah. We're limited, yes.
Like all your teams right now is kind of in limbo.
It's rough, man.
Except for the Bucks.
Go Bucks. Go Bucks. But yeah, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Like, especially with the Lakers, it's like I have no clue, bro. Like, I just hope it works. Like, I don't even know what to tell you, bro.
You just going in with just.
Hey, I watched damn near every Laker game last season, expecting a different outcome. It never happened. So I am accustomed to. Hey, I'm just gonna watch and pray for the best.
Just
bro.
no expectations. Just walking into each game.
Yes, bro. Just like, hey, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I'm not trying to get disappointed, especially not with the Bears, with the Lakers. Or Red Sox.
Ooh, that's a combination for your ass right now.
But shout out to the point guard.
What up, Millie?
She's throwing lives from the bench in street clothes. So this is for the baseball.
She pulling the mellow. She gonna pull up and sit down. But
no, I'm just playing.
Right.
She had a question about the Brewers. I'm gonna throw it to the baseball game.
Picture.
Baseball guys, why are the Brewers struggling so much? Right now?
I wouldn't even say it's the pitch. It's we ain't got no bats. We cannot hit the damn ball, bro. We go games where we get 2-3 hits, stretches of games where we go 2-3 hits. Like we played, we traded Hater, but it wasn't Hater. Like it wasn't the issue. He comes at the end of the game.
With the bullpen, did you watch the bullpen against
the bullpen been kind of like
that's what I'm saying.
Our starting pitchers have been getting
the starting
starts.
pitchers are good, but the bullpen has been looking trash.
They've been kind of giving them up towards
especially against the Dodgers, bro. Come on now, it was looking horrible, bro. It was
but during this
Dodgers
whole stretch,
feasting,
it's not just them either. Like I said, like at one point it's the bats too. Like we ain't getting hits. We've had games where they've been close, but like bro, we're struggling.
But this is who the Brewers are though. Like they do this. They either start off slow and then get hot, or they start off super hot, then they slow down and then they pick up again when it comes around playoff. This is what they've been doing for the past few years.
There's got to be some kind of leveling to that shit, bro, because
this is exactly how it's been for. I mean, it's not as like it's bad, but they still have time to turn it around and make a push. Yeah, so they can still turn it around, but it's just like they have to do it now though.
A month and a half. You got September call-ups, and then October's when playoffs start.
But if they continue to play how they're playing now, like it's not looking good.
Oh, they gotta figure that shit out, bro.
Yeah.
Like
but see, that's what I want with the bats. The bats was there at the beginning of the season for the first like month or two of the season. Like the bats was there. It's the bullpen. The bullpen is horrible right now.
So did they blow the trade deadline?
No, the prospects have been clowning.
That's the thing. Yeah,
Jackson Churio down there, he's an A.
But see, again, those prospects. That's not like what you could do for me right now.
Somebody got to come out of here with a bat. Somebody got to come out of here swinging, bro. Like we getting these defensive players, cool. Because for a while, our issue was we had bats with no defense.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden we have good defense pretty much across the board.
The defense is really good.
We can't hit shit.
Yeah.
It's like we got to find some kind of balance, bro. And our prospects are good, but they're not like the top of the MLB for us to be giving them up in trades for superstars. Yeah. But then you also have to realize that we also have. He's not the most. I won't call him frugal, but he ain't the most generous owner in baseball either. So you got to kind of keep the budget in check. So there's still small market things working against us.
Yeah.
And the only way we really can be able to pick up players like that, not necessarily through free agency or giving up a $300 million contract, is through the prospects and catching somebody with like 2-3 years.
Brewers fans like for the future looks bright with the prospects that you have. If you trust in the system, if you trust in the system, the farm system, and everything like that, like the future is bright for the Brewers for sure.
But this season out, they still gonna fight. They still gonna be in a hunt. I think they'll make the playoffs. Yeah. I think they'll figure out.
I agree.
Find some
they
magic.
should make the playoffs.
They'll make the playoffs.
What they'll do there is different.
I'm curious if they're gonna bring up in September though for the call-ups, because they probably gonna bring up one of the AAA outfielders.
They have to.
I wonder if they'll bring up Jackson Churio just to see him.
I would,
because he's been everywhere he's gone. He's been hot.
Yeah, he's been super hot. So I would. I mean, it could. You can't. It's not. You can't lose by bringing him up.
Hell no, that's what the whole point of it is for. Is for you just kind of check them out.
So they picked up, I think, 2 big league pitchers in the what's his name trade, right?
Hater.
And then they designated one of them, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so.
Denelson something.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got picked up by, I think, Colorado, and he hasn't given up a run.
Yeah.
Since then.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know people were saying like it was weird when they designated him because they're like, why would you trade for him
and
just
then
to waive him?
Yeah. And then for him to cook somewhere else.
Cooking.
That always happens though, right? As soon as someone leaves on the Brewers, they end up cooking the next season.
I mean, did he even count as leaving there?
Well, he don't even count.
He didn't get to put his bags down, bro. My man didn't even touch ground.
Right, they're like, don't even bother getting on. Like, it's all right.
Your flight got delayed, don't worry about it. We're switching it anyways. Like, damn.
Just to double back to the schedule thing, I just saw a tweet. Lakers head coach Darvin Ham will make his return to Milwaukee when the Bucks host the Lakers on December 2nd. So,
hey, Coach Ham, about to go ham.
Well, now you know when the Lakers are in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, so I'm there. I'm not missing this shit.
Oh, okay.
How much it costs? It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm there. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think it is on you, 10-3.
All right. Let's see. So, a little bit of wrestle talk then. A little bit of the wrestling. All right, WWE has been looking so much better.
It has.
Now, granted, Triple H has been in for 3 weeks, and typically you'd be like, oh, well, the changes is minimal, whatever the case may be. You're not expecting this, that, and the third to happen. But outside of him bringing back some of his older folk, some people who kind of made NXT bright, he's also now pushing a lot of the folk that made NXT bright as well.
Yes.
But that work going into them has also made the superstars that were already there kind of kick in and start doing, like, looking better, wrestling better, just kind of giving them free reign. So apparently he had a meeting with everybody in the back. He was like, hey, listen, I don't know how long it's going to run, but we'll listen to y'all. What y'all got, y'all creative, y'all got writers, y'all got your own ideas, y'all got your own shit y'all been trying to get off. I want y'all to have fun. I want y'all to be free, and I want y'all to be creative. Bring these ideas, and let's see what the fuck we're going to do. When you have a Raw, even though a Monday Night Raw, even better.
Sounds like a good Monday
more
night.
specific. That has a U.S. Championship match featuring Bobby Lashley and AJ Styles.
It was a really good match.
Good fucking match because it's two great wrestlers, and you kind of get a chance to see how well some of these cats, people that you ain't even thinking about, wrestle with each other. For example, Ciampa and The Miz. Tommaso Ciampa is nice. You don't think to pair those two, but then as I was thinking about it, like, The Miz is the vet. Miz is, a couple people have come through with The Miz and then kind of did their own things after that. Because Miz is one of the better promo guys, one of the better professionals, one of the better, I guess, vets in the back.
He makes people look good.
It's not, and apparently he's cool with letting people, hey, yo, bring him along real quick. We're gonna launch it from here.
Well, I mean, like, think about like all the people that have gotten a rub from The Miz, like
Daniel
Bryan.
What was it, Dolph? Him and Dolph for a second? Well, Dolph kind of had his own style.
I don't understand his role. I know I'm not to cut you off.
It's kind of like how Kane used to be, where it's like, they call it like a jobber to the stars. Like, essentially, like, you need somebody that has credibility, that's legitimate, but like they can take a loss and don't really change them.
How you feel about them,
right? Yeah. But it's somebody that you're trying to push can get some wins on to legitimize them.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of what The Miz is too, but like The Miz is at least entertaining.
Like, I like Dolph.
Dolph, he trying to be. I don't know. It gets to me that his like
gimmick is
Shawn Michaels,
right?
Like,
he finally won with a super kick.
Yeah, he was tuning the band, all this shit. I'm like, no, I'm watching it like, bro, really? Bro?
I was like, when he let him win with it, I was like, he won with a super kick?
Yes, bro. One with the tune the bed up on him, bro. I was like, come on, bro. Like, come on. You still my guy, whole swag, bro.
He's like Batman now.
Hulk Hogan is like,
yo, brother.
You know what, brother? Fuck COVID, brother.
I feel you. But you had these cats coming in here, so now like Triple H is getting storylines going. Like, you have just great, like, making the mid card like the titles relevant. That's what I was hoping before. I think at the very beginning, I was like, dude, he finna do this. I feel like he finna do this. Like, hell yeah, the Intercontinental Championship and U.S. title should have some relevance. Like, it's a championship still at the end of the day.
I forgot who the IC champ was.
Oh, now you know.
Yeah.
Who is it?
No.
Oh, God damn.
It's still Gunther, right?
It is still Gunther.
That's what I was like, yeah.
He just beat Shinsuke on Friday.
I missed that.
That was a damn good match. I thought Shinsuke had it.
I ain't seen Shinsuke wrestle.
But so you got Lashley as a champ, right? You got Gunther as this champ, right? They're gonna go on these tears, so to speak. Like they putting on these matches on SmackDown, on Raw, on pay-per-views and stuff like that. Survivor Series is coming up. Then you're building towards. Now I kind of want to see Lashley versus Gunther. You know, now it's making you give a shit again. Okay, like it's good.
And like, I'm still not ready to like anoint Triple H as the savior. I say that to say like this is kind of like WWE has had these fits and starts over the course of years, but it always reverted back into the same shit because it was the same dude running things. So like now it is a breath of fresh air, and like you can actually get your hopes up to an extent that it's going to continue because it's not all just coming back to Vince. Like they were saying, like I think you said last week, like Vince would forget, you know,
just flat out fucking forget
he would forget that people wrestle. He would forget that people feuded. He would forget people's names. Like he was getting to the point where he was so
that's what
I was gonna say a little bit more diplomatically, but yes, like he was getting to the point where he was so set in his ways and so like insulated from reality, really, that everything will come back to just like whatever he sees in his brain. Like that's basically what's gonna go on screen. And what's his name? Brody Lee. Brody Lee, rest in peace. But like he was saying that Vince basically like killed his singles push because he couldn't do a Southern accent. He's like, you look like you should be a Southern whatever. You should have like
wild.
And he's like, what? I can't do it.
That's wild.
Like I want to. I wish I could do that for you, but like my voice is my voice, and I can't do a Southern accent.
That's wild.
And he's like, that was the whole thing that killed it for him, because like his view of that character was
Southern.
He has a Southern accent.
He's like,
and if he can't pull off the Southern accent, your entire singles career is done.
That's ridiculous.
That's wild.
That's wild.
From an accent, bro. Fuck what I'm doing in the ring.
And the fact that like he was getting great reactions, like people were really behind him. Like
he had a behind him.
He had a huge fan base.
Like think, people were saying like it should be a triple threat when they had like Bray and Randy like that year.
They wanted to put him in the match.
That because like that whole story was about like him not trusting Randy like in the Wyatt family. He's like, I don't trust him, and then like he created dissension and broke them up, and they were like people were really like clamoring for it, and like Vince was like, nah, I see Randy and Bray, like that's the match that I'm building towards, and like he didn't deviate from that.
You can't say wait like this. Now we're good. Like, bro, that's some wild. That's some wild shit. That is wild. To just my career, what I'm wrestling for. I'm like my chances here. Can you give me a Southern accent? No, I'm good on you, bro. What?
So like that was what I said originally when Triple H took over, is that it seems like this new regime, I'm not gonna put it all on Triple H, but like this new regime at least understands that, hey, maybe lean into what these people do good.
That's what he's doing
to help them along, as opposed to looking at like, I want to break you down and build you up as what I see you as.
And can you do it? If you can, I'll give you whatever you want after
exactly
that.
Like you have to earn, like for Vince it was always you have to earn freedom essentially, but it's like there were different benchmarks for different people. Like, you know, Roman Reigns gets a different amount of rope than, you know, Luke Harper. You know what I mean? Like it's not about like, hey, I'm trying to make you look good and try to make money with you. It's no, it's my way or the highway. And if you can't do it my way, then I forgot who it was, but like people have been quoted as saying like Vince would rather make a dime his way than a dollar somebody else's.
Damn. I mean, he's a billionaire.
Yeah, but he could be like a multi-billionaire. Like if you actually like had like
other opinions,
right? Like you had a collaborative environment. Like yes, the buck still stops with you, but if you're willing to take advice and like actually expand your worldview to include like all these different people that you pay handsomely to contribute creatively,
Mr. Whopper, you paying them to do this shit?
And then just, you know, rip up the script the day of a show, like
right before they walk down, they done rehearsed it. They done wrestled, they done mad practice and shit. Oh yeah, we're not doing this tonight. What?
When is Clash at the
Castle?
I was gonna say
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
The Ringer Wrestling. They call it Crooks and Castles Fest.
Crooks and Castles?
Crooks and Castles.
Crooks and
Crooks
Castles.
and Castles.
It should be a fun pay-per-view though, because I feel
That's
like
the worst fucking name.
Yeah, that
is.
name is horrible.
It
Clash
is.
You know that was a Vince creation.
It truly is. But I feel like because what he did was he took pay-per-view seriously. That every pay-per-view we build to now, whether it's a major one or a minor one, will have some level of importance. Whether that's to advance the story, whether that's to get over, have a title change, a dramatic title change, whether that's to.
That's what I'm expecting to happen.
Oh, you
Clash
expected
of
a title change? You think Drew gonna take it?
Yeah.
Both of them or one of them?
I thought about too, like how they could do it. They have to, because it does, like, you can't have both titles.
Why not?
Because that just creates the same problem that you have currently.
That's what I'm saying. So like now it comes to a point where you have to split them up.
Even though they've been talking about like, and that's been the kind of the run with the promos is I'll be a fighting champion. I'll be here every week defending it every week.
That's what Bobby going hard with.
Yeah, he's doing this.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's possible because Roman Reigns is still on his part-time schedule.
That's what I'm saying. He's not even being there, so it's like you're not even able to see your champion. Like if I'm paying to go see a show, like I want to see the champ there. You know,
over 2 years, bro. Limited appearances.
Yeah, the Usos be there every
Like
week.
he basically just,
They there every week.
They
every show,
every week.
every pay-per-view, every house show, bro. They be working.
They working, but his ass chilling. I mean, granted, he been putting in the work. He deserves, that time off. But again, like as a fan, as a consumer, like I want to see the champ.
Like, has that bitch playing yet? Like he just signed this new deal that apparently like gives him limited dates and whatnot. Is there a reason why? Or is it just?
I don't think it ever came out. Why? I
Well,
feel
I know
like
he's
it's something to do with medically. I personally feel like it, but that's just my own personal opinion. Just kind of trying to connect some dots.
It seems like I know he's like he's going into his late 30s now, so like he probably should be like slowing down, but like it seems like this is that, and it just seems like this is the middle of the story, that whatever story they're telling or that they set out to tell, it feels like it's in the middle of it, and like they just like now had to switch streams. You know what I mean? Like it went from like I'm the one that puts like all the food on the table. I'm the one that, you know what I mean? Like, like I'm the man. Like I'm doing this. Like this I put the company on my back. That's the story.
That's how it started.
That they're telling, right? And like now it's more, and it seems like creative was driven by this new deal, which
he hit God mode though, like for real.
Like all the Shield is really in this shit off right now.
Yeah, like for real. It's just like
that's why
Moxie killing it.
It was such a heartache when they broke up. Oh, that was probably one of the most moments.
But that was probably like the perfect time to break them up.
Right after they won the pay-per-view the night before.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you can't really go out. Like, who else was there left to, like, they would have just been doing the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's only downhill or plateau from there. Like, you beat Evolution. Like, that's 3 WWE Hall of Famers that you just destroyed.
Whose idea was that storyline, I wonder? To have Triple H plant a seed and take over Seth Rollins from the Shield.
Honestly, that shit just came out of nowhere. Like it wasn't like they built to that storyline. Like it was just like, oh,
I'm just asking. Like I wonder whose idea was for it to be like, hey, yo, no, let me go ahead and use the corporate side, pull them over here, have them turn, and then we go run with pushing him. It's corporate Seth.
Yeah.
And then screwed corporate Seth.
I mean, like that. The whole authority, like that shit from week to week, like it was like that was when I was actually watching work week to week. And, like this was getting repetitive because it would just be like they open the show, Stephanie and Triple H come out, cut a promo terrible. For like 20 minutes, and like abuse their power.
Yeah,
it's the same shit. But like if you look at it over a long period of time, it's like, oh yeah, it was beautifully told. But like, that's because like you're looking at it like as a promo package where like,
as a
cut out all this,
cut out the bullshit, the filler.
Like every week it's like, oh well, that didn't work for the promo package, so we're gonna redo it. Like say this word this time instead of that word.
Yeah, it sucks. This will be a perfect time for Cody.
But it's gonna be so much sweet when he comes back.
It's gonna be sweet
when he comes back.
But it'll be a perfect time for him right now.
Especially if they're giving him free reign to kind of really just wrestle. Because Ali and Apollo Crews, I believe, Cedric Alexander. Mm-hmm. Ali and Cedric Alexander were a tag team, and they was going against who they go? Oh, Miz and Ciampa.
Okay.
Them two are high flyers, like legitimate high flyers.
Yeah.
But they are both very, very, very talented wrestlers. Like the moves that they can pull off and shit like that is dope. And into the match was Ali was doing a 450 splash. Ciampa came out of nowhere with a flying knee, kicked him mid flip, shit, pinned him, took him out. But that whole match in its totality was like, that was a pretty damn good match because you put these guys who can actually wrestle, and Ali's been like, I'm the best wrestler in the company for a while. Let him, show me. Now we have to show me how many Daniel Bryans do we got here? How many wrestlers do we got here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody been talking that shit. Now here you go. You have this is your moment now, because it's like that temporary phase, that honeymoon phase. Like, okay, we know y'all feel like y'all been suppressed. We gonna let y'all do what y'all want. We gonna ring y'all ass back in later. Yeah. But right now we're in
get your shit off.
Right, we're in the Oasis, and this the Kumbaya phase. This the representative. Do what you want with the representative. The real me gonna show up soon.
The real me.
I feel like this is an appropriate button to put on this conversation. Since we were talking about bad pay-per-view names and bad ideas from Vince McMahon, the original name for WrestleMania is often credited to Howard Finkel. Vince McMahon originally wanted to call the show the Colossal Tussle.
Come on. Come on. The Colossal Tussle. Hell no.
The bro. Colossal
Tussle. It gets sound like it's gonna be motherfuckers like this. Put them up.
Grabbing that shirt some shit. The Colossal Tussle.
That's it,
right.
Bro.
Let me go. No, you let me go. Let me go. You let me go. Like, bro, what?
That is hilarious.
The Colossal. Why did he think that was a good name?
That's hilarious.
It's gonna be the biggest show of all time.
The Colossal Tussle.
Like Clash at the Castle. Like that came from the same brand.
He did it's overseas, right? Is that why he did?
Yeah.
The Castle thing.
It's in the UK.
That same kind of.
I think it's in Wales too.
That same kind of.
Which is not too far from Scotland.
Yeah, I mean, like all of it's in the UK on the same island. So
that's why I think it'd make sense for Drew to go ahead and win too, because it's there.
It's down the street from the crib.
Yeah, he over there. That's his, he basically home. And he held the company down. He held it down during COVID.
He did.
He deserved, like, if anybody deserved to get that push now or to win it, would be
a theory. No pun intended. I have seen a theory that they make it like, remember, I think it was WrestleMania 2000 where they did like the 2 out of 3 falls match, where it's like a triple threat with I think it's Benoit, Jericho.
Oh, you can win.
And Kurt Angle. Like basically, like Kurt Angle lost both his titles without getting pinned or submitted.
Yeah.
Like basically that's a way to like essentially use they just brought
Karrion Kross.
There you go. Like basically use him to get one of the belts at least off of Roman.
If they do that, that's got to be at a big pay-per-view though.
Well, I mean, this is the stadium show. This is
like
they're trying to build it up as like this is
true.
A big show. Like it's basically it's not replacing SummerSlam because they obviously just
did
it, but on the calendar it's replacing SummerSlam.
It's more so like the Middle East show that they do.
Yeah.
And they go put on a show because they're getting paid these dollars for this shit.
Stadium. They finna show up.
Then I can see them doing some shit like I can see that. I didn't even take into consideration that they was doing like the soccer stadium. Damn, that's a lot of motherfuckers. Yeah, I can see the pop.
Are you not entertained?
Like, dog, that's what I said. They're making that card. Like, even the SummerSlam card wasn't like wow, but they made lemons out of lemonade. They made lemonade using the lemons that they had. Like, and then from that point to kind of just start building from there. Like, I'm kind of excited for this next pay-per-view, and I've been enjoying the shows thoroughly. Like,
I definitely have enjoying it.
And he's still bringing folk back.
Random, but I want Leo Rush to come back.
Why?
The team back up with Bobby.
You like that combination?
I like that, bro. Because I feel like Bobby need a manager.
Wasn't he like telling him to like point at his ass or something? Like, wasn't that the whole gimmick?
Point at his ass.
Like, I feel like that was like when Bobby was like coming out and like turn around and like bend over. Like, it was a really weird.
No, I don't
remember that. Oh, Jesus. Hey, what wrestling you watching?
I think it was like, show him your favorite pose, Bobby.
When he was flexing?
Yeah, and then he would show his ass.
I don't remember that. That wasn't too long ago.
See?
That's random. I do not remember that, bro. No, I won't come back showing the ass, but you know. My man go from the almighty to showing ass.
Oh my God. Funny, I don't remember that. Maybe that was on a stretch of skipping rope.
That man, the ass man, bro. Come on, dog.
He was a nice wrestler, though.
Almighty ass.
He was a decent wrestler. Leo
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be bad to have Isaiah Swerve was back.
Oh.
Him and his crew.
Swerve for your glory? Or Swerve, what's they? Swerve in your glory? Some shit like that. Him and Keith Lee, that's their tag name. Like Swerve something. But them together, I like both of them together. Oh, Keith. See, Keith, this would be a good time for Keith Lee, too.
Oh, bro. So I was like, I know Keith would come back.
No, he would kill it right now.
You need a heavyweight? You need a champ?
He would.
You need somebody in the title picture?
He would kill it.
Keith Lee, bro.
Again, another example of Vince, like, seeing a character a certain way and, like, a performer, like, that not being them, and then him just, like, not getting it and being like, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember he tried to make him like Bear Claw Lee or
something? Bro.
The
whole time Keith Lee on Twitter, like, bro, I did not pick this.
Bro.
I didn't suggest this.
Bear Claw, bro.
This is not my name. They took his music. They changed his attire, bro. Like
his music was cold too.
He couldn't do flips and shit like he was doing down there. Like he really took everything away from my guy that made him unique.
Yeah, you see a big black dude, he's either shucking and jiving or he's a big
shucking and jiving.
That one tickled your funny.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I think so. No, wrestling talk. That was
I.
So we already talked about that. The Bucks are bringing back their mid '90s purple jerseys for the 2022-2023 season.
I like that.
One, do y'all have positive feelings about them?
I do. I was actually just thinking about those jerseys recently. I was like, oh man, it'd be dope if they brought back those old.
I like those.
Just thinking about those. That's the Bucks colors that I remember. Those are the ones that got me hooked on the Bucks. So I was kind of excited to see that come back.
Are there any other classic jerseys that you would like to see make a comeback? Like not necessarily with the Bucks, or just like any team, any sport. Like, oh man, I wish the Tampa Bay Creamsicles or something.
Like Creamsicles.
No.
What was the pinstripe?
Yankees.
Bulls jerseys. Yeah, them jerseys was cold.
I just rewatched The Last Dance. That was a good ass documentary.
It was, bro.
Especially like this time I got to like actually binge it, so you just like go
go
straight through.
Yeah, it was really good. Or Orlando Magic's
the pinstripe.
Yeah, those was nice too. I like pinstripe. But yeah, both of those were super dope.
But like the Red Sox and shit.
Fuck that.
Not really. Nothing really comes to mind on any kind of older jerseys that I would like to see kind of modern retrofitted.
Because the Jazz new jerseys are so terrible. Like any bad Jazz jerseys just need to make a comeback because those neon green
garbage
abomination.
Speaking of which, Spider might still be going to New York.
I think eventually, like that's where he's gonna wind up. Like I don't like neither side wants to budge at this point, and Danny Ainge is famously stubborn. So we'll see how long they
re-engage on these talks.
Well, I mean, like I think eventually it'll get done because like that's the place that makes the most sense. They have the most draft pick.
Oh. Hit the back button, bro. Hit the back button.
It's the back button?
Undo it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Like that's the destination that makes the most sense for Mitchell. They have the most draft picks. It's gonna get done. They're probably just haggling over like which young players they want, which draft picks they want. So it'll get figured out eventually.
So we got a couple. Orlando with the stars for the jerseys, for the retro jerseys.
Oh, the T-Max.
Shout to Rise Kane. Hey, Slide, what up, bro?
Hold on, brother.
And then you have Triple T with the Knicks is gonna give up the future that they don't have.
The future that
they already started at the draft, bro. They have these opportunities to go ahead and make themselves better, and they consistently do things to not.
Again, like I feel like the Knicks, they've definitely earned their reputation.
Yes, they did.
But like I feel like people look at any move that the Knicks make and just assume like it's a bad deal. They traded the 11th. Like I feel like Stephen A. Smith having that live reaction is what like kind of
swayed people. No, I thought that right away.
But I mean, I'm saying like they got 3 first-round picks in
the future that they might trade away to.
But again, like they can either have one player who may or may not be a difference maker. Like the 11th pick in the draft is a decent pick, but like the average career outcome is like maybe a role player, like a rotation role player, like not even guaranteed a starter at that point. Like you're basically like looking at I don't know, Jeff Green. You know what I mean? Like
it's a lottery.
Yes, but I mean, I'm saying like all lottery picks aren't made the same. So like once you get past like 7, and really you get past 5, like you're not even guaranteed a starter at that point. So like you can say, yeah, it's the 11th pick, like woo woo, but then you got 3 bites at the apple, or you have 3 cherry chips that you can throw in to get a Donovan Mitchell, who is a borderline all NBA player, which is better than anything you would have gotten at 11.
Yeah.
So like I think it's disappointing like as a Knicks fan, because it's like, oh, I've done all this draft research and like this player I think is gonna be good, this player I think is gonna be good. Chances are all those players picked after 11 are gonna be trash. You know, like just looking at the history of the NBA draft, like people fetishize draft picks to such a degree where it's like it's the mystery box.
True.
Where it's like it could be anything. It could even be Donovan Mitchell.
It could be an all NBA player.
Right.
like it really could.
So you either have Donovan Mitchell, or you can have the chance that somebody that may someday 5 years from now be half as good as Donovan Mitchell. It's like
true. I mean,
bird in the hand versus 3 in the.
You got to look at the GM's draft history, but at the same time, it's like you said, they've earned their reputation though. Like they've had ample draft opportunities, picks, multiple picks, trades, signed free agents, all kind of shit, contract dumps.
Yeah,
ain't none of that shit worked out for them. None of it. So
what do they do? Just stop trying?
No, but I would think that then you would just go with, all right, we've tried throwing money at it. We've tried throwing assets at it. We've tried just doing the shit internally. We can't hold on to the asset, but if we could get enough assets internally, I would think, because everything else everywhere, nobody want to come sign here really like that. We got to kind of enforce their hand or overpay the shit out of.
The best way to get a star is to already have a star in the house. And if you get Donovan Mitchell, you have that first foundational building block star to get the next guy to come in.
Is Randall here if Mitchell's there?
I mean, sure, they'll have a decent enough team. Like, I don't think that this is a championship core that they have, but like this is the move that starts you towards
building something
special.
But if you trade away this year's pick and the next 3 picks, you don't have nothing to really continue on that outside of money for free agency.
It's New York, and people have look at like when Melo went to the Knicks. Like they actually got players to come in and play. Like the Knicks were decent.
Like Stoudemire and shit.
Like the Knicks were decent when they had people in place. Like yes, James Dolan is still James Dolan, so like that's always you're gonna have to work around that. But if you have somebody in there that people want to play with, like look at like KD's a bad example, but if a player of KD's ilk is like, I'm unhappy where I'm at, get me somewhere, and it's like, oh wow, we're gonna go to a big market, and you know, but like the Knicks currently are like, I don't want to go play with Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, but if it's like Donovan Mitchell, okay, I can win with that dude. Like it makes it more appetizing. Like the Suns, Chris Paul wouldn't have looked that way, but then Devin Booker like became Devin Booker, and it's like, okay, I can win with that dude, so like get me to the Suns. Like it gets you other players. Like that's how those players, like that's what they look at, like market size and can I win there, and can I win there is solely dependent on what other players do they have. Like who am I gonna go play with? So like I don't think that they should trade every draft pick that they have for,
you know, they will. That's the thing. It's New York. They don't do some shit like that.
It's Danny Ainge, so like he's probably holding out for
all the
draft picks, and that's right. Which is smartly why the Knicks are like right now, like no, fuck that, I'm not doing that. Because if the Knicks were willing to give up every draft pick, this trade would have been done a long time ago.
Who said plot twist? Knicks trade Brunson to Utah package for Mitchell. But bro, what are they doing? What are they doing? I'm already asking that with Brunson and Mitchell being your backcourt.
And I think that eventually, like they'll have, like if they do pick up Mitchell, like they're gonna have to get rid of Brunson because like both of those dudes are really small.
That's a tiny thing.
It is.
And
but again, like
buckets.
It's about at this point, it's about grabbing talent, and you can figure out the other shit later, like about fit.
But then that goes back to me saying y'all throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stick. Y'all just throwing assets. Y'all just trying to acquire whatever the fuck. Do y'all have an actual game plan? Is this a 10-year plan that y'all gonna pick up Donovan Mitchell and climb these steps like Eric J said? Or is y'all gonna do some New York shit, get rid of all y'all future, and then also cap yourselves out? Hard cap the shit out yourselves. And then can't do shit except for have Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson.
Hey, man. It has to be stressful being a Knicks fan. Like, I don't personally know any Knicks fans, so if any of y'all listening, y'all Knicks fans, tune in, let us know. What's your thought process? How you feeling? But I don't know. I couldn't, man. Being a Knicks fan just seems horrible. And I'm a Bears fan, goddammit.
Lakers fan.
And
I'm a Bears fan.
And a Red Sox fan.
Bro, relax, bro. I'll be throwing all my teams in there, goddamn. I know, bro. We just trying to kill the Lakers. We just want to kill me.
And y'all were all jumping out the window last year. Like that championship honeymoon is over.
I'm here now. Chip.
I was like, y'all happy Anthony Davis shooting threes.
Hey, I ain't gonna see y'all say he in there with the shit with the lethal shooter, nigga. What?
Honestly, shooting the threes was never the problem. It was making them.
Yeah.
he was jacking them up.
Hey man, I need that. Hey, he needs some special serum, nigga, so he don't get hurt every fucking. That's what I need. Get that nigga super. That's what he need. Call Captain America.
I do hope that we have a healthy NBA season because I would love to see these teams at full strength. Like,
absolutely,
we got Philly to open up our season. In Philly. So I would love a healthy Philly squad versus a healthy Bucks squad. Like,
that's gonna be a good one.
I feel like the NBA plays into it, but like they try to act like they don't play into it. They're definitely stroking that James Harden Giannis beef a little. Like they put them in up against each other a lot in like
scenarios.
Petty ass. Like James Harden had to watch Giannis get his ring last year.
Yeah.
I feel like that wasn't, like obviously it's a rematch of like the great playoff series, but that shit was a bitch. Like y'all do y'all.
Hey, here for the chaos. Man.
And honestly, this is like the third time in like 4 seasons that the Bucks have opened up against Harden. Because like I think 1920 they opened up against Houston. Last year they opened up against Brooklyn. This year they opened up against Philly.
Yeah, James Harden.
That is funny. Why? We don't need to worry about the beard, bro.
Hey, villain. It's a lopsided ass rivalry at this point. So I'm good with it. Like, keep on bringing them on. I think I picked the last one.
Let's see. Ruffles has signed his first ever female athlete. Las Vegas Aces superstar AJ Wilson. Shout out to her. That's definitely dope. He's definitely a bowler too. So shout out, man. That's huge.
And actually, the WNBA regular season came to a close on Sunday. They have another new playoff format that will debut this year.
Sheesh. What we got?
As the league has scrapped its first and second round buys in favor of a standard 3-round bracket format, the first round will be best of 3, while the semis and WNBA finals will be best of 5.
Okay.
So starting August 17th, which is tomorrow, we have game 1s in the Liberty versus Sky series and the Mercury versus Aces series. So that's 2-7 and 1-8 series. And then on Thursday, we have the 4-5 and the 3-6. 4-5 is Seattle and Washington. 3-6 is Connecticut and Dallas. So,
what was the point of scrapping the
teams felt like it was unfair. Because it was like single elimination for like those first 2 rounds. Like basically when there were buys, like there was single elimination. And then the rounds with the first and the second.
They didn't like that one and done shit.
No, because like basically your whole season comes down to one bad game,
Yeah.
And it's not the NFL where, like you've had this whole war of attrition. Like it's a basketball season. So
Yeah, I guess because like the NFL is like you're going through a gauntlet. And with basketball, that's why I was like with the schedule drops, I'm like, oh bro, it's a long ass season. It's 82 damn games. Like, what you talking about?
I have at some point in the future, I'm not gonna say when. I have a trip to San Francisco coming up, and I was hoping to see a Warriors game. So like the
the schedule is important to me because I want to like one, make sure they're there while I'm there, and then also like hopefully, well, damn, it can't be. Never mind. Yeah. So I'm invested in when the schedule comes out, so I can book my flight.
All right, so Mr. Carmelo Anthony is set to have a 4-part docuseries on his life and career. You know, we're gonna see a lot of this because now everything is filmed. Everything. Dude, I be thinking about you saying that all the time. Like, where the camera at? You said it about LeBron, I believe. Like, everything has been filmed and things. But just, I guess you could expect your favorite star at some point or another now to have some kind of docuseries out. But Melo having a 4-part series. It is named after Anthony's signature jersey. 7 will chronicle the life and career of a 10-time NBA All-Star and entrepreneur, starting with his childhood, diving into the good, the bad, and something ugly experiences and learnings that shaped him into the man and athlete that he is today. 7 promises to reveal the truth about notable moments throughout Anthony's career, many of which he has never spoken about publicly before. I would check that out.
Yeah,
I was a Melo fan.
Yeah, y'all know I feel about Melo.
I say it all the time. I feel like he should have won with KG.
20 years later.
To this day, I still feel like he should have won.
Whatever. I already have the reputation being a hater on here. I just like with all these player produced documentaries on themselves. I'm just like, it's
what all this fluff.
Yeah, like it's like you're still only letting the story, like it's not a true look at who you are or what you're about. Like it's your approved version of your life story. You know what I mean? Like even the stuff that's controversial or
super edited,
like, you know, look behind the curtain. It's like it's still only what I want you to see. Like at least with documentaries, like in a traditional sense, it was about like getting to the truth of whatever the topic is, whether that makes the topic look good or bad or whatever.
Just give this the whole story.
Right, like it's more of an accounting of history as opposed to a PR opportunity to refurnish the image of Carmelo Anthony. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing with Jeter's thing. Even The Last Dance, to an extent, like that was Jordan's own footage. Like he had final cut basically on the story. So like then you have people like Luke Longley and Scottie Pippen who are like this shit. You know what I mean? Like who feel like their portrayal in the story was either non-existent or unfair to them because
that's just his perspective.
Exactly. Like it is, and it isn't. I don't know. Like obviously, like we know whose documentary it is, but like people still take this as like historical record. So like you're still only getting that player's perspective, even though you know, because it's a documentary. Like people look at it like, oh yeah, this must be exactly what happened.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. It's being produced by Westbrook Productions, which is a production company that one of the founders is Will Smith.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Will and Jada are the founders of that production company.
That's pretty cool.
But I think it, like Carmelo's involved in.
Yeah, he's involved in
so,
that. Yeah. It makes sense.
But I mean, it's still worth a watch. But it's just like I feel like it doesn't have the same. Like it, I'm watching it like, okay, like what are you really saying? You know, like what really happened? Because like this is your retelling of your story to make yourself look the best.
Will Honey Nut Cheerios make it?
Bro, if it does, then I believe it's more so fact than fiction.
Hey, I want to hear KG interview about the whole situation.
Yeah, I said that shit. It was wild.
Is that motherfucker? He was, you know, KG got to cuss like every other word.
That shit was wild. I was a wild boy. That shit was wild.
Triple T says Sky versus Aces.
Yeah, I agree with that. It would be Sky for the win again. Repeat.
And Liz Cambage says she's stepping away from WNBA due to mental health issues.
Hey, wish her the
it's
best,
legit.
Man. Yeah,
but definitely. Also like that's always her
MO.
I flame out somewhere and it's like my mental health just you know, like
I wish her the best, man. It's just been bad for her. I'm sad about it, but wish her the best, man.
She been wilding.
Yeah, wish her the best.
After 2 years of delays, the G League will finally play games in Mexico City this season, as the Capitanes will make their
Capitanes.
Capitanes. Like obviously the G League they only played in a bubble in 2020, and then 2021 they didn't want to have to deal with the crossing the border and whatnot. So I forget where they played their home games, but it was outside of Mexico.
So now finally playing Mexico City.
Now that we playing in Mexico City,
that should be interesting, to say the least.
Mexico City still wow, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure like
you talking about with the cartel shit they even know?
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
I'm sure that as far as like safety in
They
Mexico City goes, like they'll be safer than most, but yeah, it's still Mexico City at the end of the day.
Wow.
But that would be an interesting experience though, like to experience a basketball game in
Mexico City, yeah.
American players in Mexico City.
Yeah. That'd be nuts. That'd be dope though.
Anything else we got? Oh, young MILF Hunter.
Stifler's mom.
Jets quarterback Zach Wilson suffered a bone bruise and a meniscus tear in the first quarter of the Jets' preseason win over the Eagles. He's expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, Joe Flacco's the starter.
They said Flacco been looking like Flacco.
Boy, they can jazz all that shit up all they want to. Boy, we haven't seen Joe Flacco.
Oh shit!
Is it Jimmy G time?
Jimmy G.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I will go get him.
If the recovery doesn't happen the way that they expected to, I can see it.
It sucks for Zach Wilson because they was expecting him to make that jump this season too. Like he was everything was lining up for him to make the jump, for him to be the caliber of quarterback that they expected him to be, and then he has his injury. So that does suck. But yeah, I'd definitely go get Jimmy G.
But like I've seen, and again, like it was just a tweet. So I don't know like how indicative this is of the entire training camp. But like there were people saying that Flacco was, if not outplaying Zach Wilson, was at least like close enough to where it was like, well, shit, should he be the starter? Like even before the injury. So if that's the point that you're at with your second year quarterback,
yeah.
I don't know, like bringing in a new starting quarterback is like obviously like the drastic step. Like that's basically like a vote of no confidence, and
like
that's the beginning on the end.
We're moving on from it,
right? So like, I guess you don't take that lightly just because he tore his meniscus and is out for a month, and he'll be back at some point during early in the regular season. But if you're not confident that he's your guy, that's when you make changes.
Just been sucking for a while.
Oh boy, they've been terrible.
The first NFL team to officially tank.
Yeah, they've been charged for a while though.
We'll see how it goes because this is Robert Saleh's first year.
Oh yeah.
So at least I guess he's trying to get the defense together.
NFL's offseason, so that law like that feels like it was like 2 years ago.
No, it's just this one. It was this one.
Who was that coach before? Adam Gase.
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Good luck. Damn, that's quite the project. Quite the project. I believe that's it.
There you have it.
In and out, crisp 90 minutes.
No, any parting thoughts? Any last gasps? Let me think. I'm knowing that I'm very excited for NFL because part of that is because now fantasy season is kicking up too. All of the fantasy football leagues is back.
I'm ready.
Who's number one on everybody's board?
Sadly, I haven't even thought about a board yet. I have thought about a board, but I ain't putting no players on it. I don't know who number one would be this year.
People stop picking quarterbacks for real.
Yes,
that's one thing that people
unless
if you need a tip, I do not pick a quarterback early.
I mean, unless people still grab the Lamar Jackson's, Patrick Mahomes, because them cats still put up 40 points.
There's still so many other.
I understand.
Early, I'm talking about people picking like
first round.
Exactly. Bro. Yeah, like come on now, quarterback,
like 5th or 6th.
Wally, like don't do that.
Shit.
I mean, like I guess it's like what you're getting from them, and like yes, I get it that there may not be like that big of a gap between quarterback 1 and quarterback 12 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like if you get like the ones that are consistently at the top of the board, like, and week in, week out, you got 30 points from them, but you pick somebody that Who's
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor.
I'm sad because that's who I had on my team last year. I ain't getting him this year.
No.
But like using Jonathan Taylor as an example, like yes, you come into that season like he gonna be cold.
That's how I was last year.
And then it's like running backs lose it so quick, or they get hurt.
They pick it up quick.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like they get hurt. Like it's so much more volatility picking a running back high, like especially these days where it's like so many running backs by committee, or you know, the changes in scheme means that like they run less and they throw more out the backfield or whatever it is. Like you can go with like the sure thing, which is the quarterback, or you can go for like the high volatility. Because like then you've just blown a first round pick on somebody that gives you like
Raheem Mostert
200 points throughout the course of the season. You know, like it's
you're right.
it's a crapshoot. So like I can understand going for the sure thing. I wouldn't do it, but like I can understand.
My advice though.
I think that's the second year in a row. The guy that I grabbed like later just kind of, I'm like, man, no, he finna get his money. Just disappeared on me. Because the year before was Calvin Ridley.
I remember it was a fucking.
Russell Wilson, man, was.
Wait, is he the one that got suspended?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't played fantasy in a while, but I remember it was a year where I had like Eddie Lacy. I was so happy I got Eddie Lacy first round. That man, shit.
Was it the 500 yard thing?
Because it was coming off of a year where it was like, oh yeah, the Packers are actually finally running the ball and like.
You know, the only reason I knew about it because people was like, "Oh, you like Eddie Lacy?" I'm like, "Fuck you."
I mean,
then they pulled it up. I was like,
I guess ain't too much arguing.
That nigga ain't fine. That nigga ain't nowhere near as fine as my black man.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
That nigga ain't fine as me.
Glad you love yourself, my brother.
Where you at now?
Other than that,
sitting at the stable.
Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? That's on people Halloween. For me, Eddie Lacy jersey.
How about you go buy a Packers jersey?
If I was going for Halloween, I wear Eddie Lacy. Eddie.
So you wear Packers jersey on Halloween?
For Halloween, yeah, I would. If it's his,
that's a good thing to end on. What's your favorite or most memorable Halloween costume?
Mine, Batman.
As a child or as an adult?
As a child, like middle school. Probably elementary.
As an in between, I had dressed up as Grim Reaper. I had the mask. Well, I had the whole robe and shit like that, but you couldn't see the face either, and I had the sight. So I was just standing in people's yard.
You ain't shit. Hey, don't do that shit now,
I was trying to get shot.
I was just gonna say somebody shoot your monkey ass.
Wait, because my stepdad had got cool with these cats, and so we was out there. Right, we was out there. So it was the whole neighborhood's Halloween trick or treat. So everybody knew everybody.
So
everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that's a nice decoration." I would just stand still looking at them.
Oh shit.
But again, like you said, my mom was like, "We better stop."
Speaking of Halloween, shout out to Camille. She wasn't here. Remember when she dressed up as Prince?
Yeah.
She killed that shit. She definitely killed that. Yeah, she killed that. We did decent on Halloween, like for the Halloween party.
Who are you?
Barry got her.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
He was Harry Potter.
Oh, I was
Black
like,
Harry
His black brother.
Oh, his black brother.
Why they ain't had the same last name?
Hey, listen. Different daddies.
Different daddies.
Their names just rhyme.
Hell yeah.
Most of mine were like, because I had the hair, I was just trying to think of like ways to do it. I did Killmonger.
I fucked with the Killmonger.
That was good.
Yeah, the tooth and everything, didn't you?
And then when I was in college, I did Lil Wayne. Like 2007.
I would have loved to see.
Do y'all
that
remember the show on VH1, The Stallionaires?
Yes.
I was the one with the long hair that died. I dressed up as him one year.
Oh, that's real.
I had to fake the test and everything. I had somebody do wigs, had a wig. I was out here, man.
So you was real.
Stallion there. Yeah, bro. I had to. Yeah, bro.
That is hilarious.
That's all I kept saying all night. Stallion there.
That's terrible. That's gross, bro. Like I wouldn't know. No, dog. All night? No,
yeah,
buddy.
It's a good night. Real chance of love. There we go. That was the name of the show.
But with that being said, this has been Technical Foul. If you want to follow Camille on social, it's TAMILLEMONAE. By her mom, Miss No More Fancy.
Right.
Follow me on Twitter at your 2021 NBA World Champion Milwaukee Bucks burner on Twitter. That is all that you get.
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. On Twitter, your 2020.
Gross, bro. Gross. Gross.
Boy,
Sly, I do remember when you dressed in as one of the turquoise G guys. It was at the UWM Halloween party.
As a
Because
turquoise G guy?
AJ was the other guys. Like, no, they had us rolling.
Hell no.
Rolling.
I gotta
How
see
you like your
pics.
eggs?
I gotta see pics.
Let me smang it, girl.
That's funny.
He was that one, wasn't
Yes.
he? Yeah.
That's funny.
I already
Big
see
ass
it. Like,
head
I already see it in his eyes.
That's funny.
That shit was funny. It was good though. It was real good.
That's funny.
Where you at?
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. KHarris316 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Your neighbors gonna know who it is.
Oh, the neighbors know your
Talk
name.
to me.
All right, Trace on.
Talk.
Oh.
See, I changed it up. I couldn't do that. I changed it up.
Hey, bro.
Talk to me.
Hey, thank you for switching.
Okay.
We out, dog.
Oh shit.
Ass, take him.
No, nope. See,
Give me.
too much.
May I please have some more?
Trey Songz don't say please.
Yo, you gotta
Relax. He really be like, give it to me. Allegedly.